Hey, this is Tim Pierce. I'm going to break this one down for you, and if you click the link below, you get access to a private collection of videos not on YouTube, including some outtakes of this solo. Thanks so much for your comments. Thanks for subscribing, and I want to thank you guys for your continued support of this channel. Let's do it. So this starts with a drop down. You're going to pull up on fret 17, string 1. You're going to pull up silently, and then you're going to strike after you pull up, and you're pulling up a whole step. So you're sounding this note on 19. It's the 5 of E minor, a B note way up here. So pull up silently, strike, and drop down, and then toggle from 15 to 17 back to 15, and then move over to string 2 at 17, string 3 at 16, and toggle on those. So drop down, toggle, toggle here, and then pull up on the first string, fret 15, with your index finger. And it's minor to major, but just slightly. So when I hit the second to last note, I strike it twice in vibrato, right before I do the blues pull up at the end. And I like to spread across the string with the pick to get that big thump at the front. And the way I do that is I mute over here so the strings don't ring, but I strike straight across really quick. Now I get a big thump at the front end of this thing. You can pick all downstrokes, or you can alternate pick. They both sound good as long as you're picking kind of aggressively and hard. I'm going to break the next phrase into two parts. I'm pulling up on fret 14, string 3, and then my index finger's anchored on fret 12, and it's barred across strings 1 and 2. And I do that phrase, and then I pull off on string 2, and then I start with at the top of a pull on string 3 and drop down, and then I do a pull off here on string 4 from 14 to 12. Played fast, sounds like that. Played slow, 2, 3, 4. So part 2 of this phrase is kind of an up and back thing. So my hand is here, sitting in this spot. I've just played this phrase, and then I walk down. Well, actually slide down, and I get in a new position by sliding this note down. That's fret 14, string 5 with my third finger. Go down to here, and then come back up. And then come back down. And hit the A note because the band is on the A. Do it slow. Up and back, and the feature of it is how my hand drops to a new position in the middle of the phrase. See how it goes down. Back up. Back down. So next, I move down here to A minor. We're in the key of kind of A major because it's blues, you can kind of get by with minor or major a lot of the time. So what this is pentatonic. Let me slow it down for you. And another trick, changing hand positions and moving to E minor in the middle of the phrase. So I'm in A minor, and when I drop my hand back down, I'm in E minor. So A minor here, drop my hand down, and I'm seeing E minor right here. I'm seeing this A minor chord here and this E minor chord here. So slowly, because I know I'm headed back to E minor, so I play that, and I drop down to the E, open E minor zone. Do it slow. And only picking every other note. Most of the speed is coming from the left hand. Another feature of this is all the notes are connected in a very, very legato way. You want want every note to last all the way up to the strike of the next note. But you see how I start in A minor, and then drop down to E minor right here. So to finish this riff out, I do a chromatic thing walking down. I've just done, and I keep walking down. I go to the 5th string, fret 2, and I do chromatic down. And it's pull-offs. See, the right hand's not working here. Hit the G, back up to the A, back to the G, back to the E. And then I hit the high E octave. See, I'm officially in E minor here. To finish out the riff. Hey, so here's the next lick. What this is major pentatonic. Now I'm going up to E major, kind of dancing between E minor and E major in a kind of very careless way. So this is E major pentatonic, and I'm up here. Index finger's kind of anchored on the 9th fret, and I walk up. So I come up, slide up, lands on fret 11, string 5, play that, and then jump. And this, I pull up, hit the top string, and then roll the index finger under to grab the 2nd string right there. And then pull this up in a very major kind of Southern rock kind of pull. And then I simply walk down and then come back up. This next riff I really love. What I'm doing is I'm sliding up on the 5th string up to the 7th fret, and then I play a 3 and a 5, and then 6 and flat 7, so I'm in the scale, in that kind of E7 scale. So, fret 7, fret 6, fret 9, fret 6, fret 7. And then I kind of spell this E9 chord. So when I play this, I'm visualizing this 9 chord. And I go 6 flat 7 here, it's the same thing here. Which is an octave above that, same note. And I end this phrase with a blues turn. Drop from 7 to 6 here. Seesaw back up and then pull the 3rd. Just bend it a little, minor to major, and land there. But really, I'm seeing this chord and hearing that kind of tonality. I'll do it really slow. 3, 4. What's essential to this is the bar across these top 3 strings. See, once again, the index finger's rolling over the strings kind of like that, so they're all connected in a very smooth way. So let's see if I can remember this next one. I know the first part of it. I jump up to the octave, I just hit here. Right? And I jump up to the octave of that E, and the band's going to A, and I go to A7. So I'm seeing an A7 here and here, and I'm going from minor to major, minor 3rd to major 3rd. And that's a kind of flat 7 to 6 walk down. So I see this A7 chord here, and I'm walking down the scale from flat 7 to 6. hit the tonic, jump to the 5 right here by rolling the finger over, and I walk down with this kind of intervallic thing. So what that is my hand position shifts, and it's a displacement. It's a walk down. I mean, the extension of that could be, it could be here. Something that's really common to the way I play. But it's just a fragment of that. And the hand position dictates the next move. Walking down with the index finger on the 4th string from fret 5 to fret 4 to fret 2. And then I play the minor to major thing again. A lot of that. I'm always doing that. So I walk down. And I think what happens, or that's probably what it is. Then I play the blues turn, which is the minor third there in A. And I do more of a classic rock, kind of just bend into A right there by pulling the G string. I mean the E string, a G note on the E string, fret 3, and slamming the A5 chord right there. Let's see if I can remember this. A little more medium speed. One more time. 3, 4. But fast. What happened next was the riskiest thing so far. I'm in the key of A, and I'm just this is kind of a mirrored phrase right here, because I played the same thing just on adjacent strings. And I'm in the key of A because the band's playing A, it's the 4 chord. And I pull up to the 3rd, pull off and pull down, pull off again. I do the same phrase, but I don't pull up quite as much. So I don't need to. I mean, that's more part of the scale. It's just pulling up a half step. The first time I pull up, it's a whole step. Second time, half step. And then I go as fast as I can. And I was super lucky because I landed on that last note right on a downbeat. And that's similar to the riff I just played. I'm just coming up. It's the same move I made, a few seconds ago. But I come down more directly. And this is very simple. It's just pulling off in an E pentatonic major scale. So the kind of thing it is this. First string, second string, third string, 4th, 5th, and then down. So that's not quite the riff, but that's the concept. Play it fast. It sounds really smooth because the left hand is doing all of the kind of speed moving. That's the actual riff. But really slow. Let's see what happens next. And that's a cool thing to do when you're playing pentatonically up here. Huge interval jump. I'm here, and I go up like more than a tenth. Go up there. That's a dramatic thing to do. Always. Yeah. Classic. classic, but I use the double stop here. Let's hear that one more time. There we go. So a pull off here from 15 to 12 on the second string, and pull up, and come back and do the double stop. The double stops are on strings 2 and 3 on 14 to 12. Let's see what happens next. More blues pentatonic. But the goal there is to hit this note when the band goes to B. They're going here. Hit it right on the nose. And then this is a position shift that I use sometimes. Hit the flat 5. So I'm really treating everything like E minor right now. Even though the band is going from B to A, I'm going, this is just, you know, the flat 5 in E minor. And I really like this bend. It's kind of abrasive a little bit. Dissonant. So what this is your index finger is on the 10th fret string 1, your second finger is on the 11th fret string 2, and you pull up the second finger a half step so that they blend. So it's really that, you know, Billy Gibbons style. You pull it up. In this particular case, the band was going to A, so I walked down and walked back up and hit a strong A note. I always try and end the phrase with a really strong tonic or a really strong chord-related note, but the tonic always works. Moving on. Yeah, and it's pounded. It's quarter note pounding. And it's nice to be a little sloppy with something like this. You get an extra string in there somehow. It never hurts. And this is that repetitive thing that I hear blues guitar players do. Let's hear what that is. Reminds me of Jimmy Page a little bit too. So the way that works is I'm on the first string only, and I'm pulling up at fret 17. And then I have to drop my hand back down to fret 15 to pull really, really strongly. I couldn't do that with my index finger, so I'm really weak with the index finger, but if I drop my hand back, because I'm using all 3 strings to pull, and once again, if you are aiming for extra strings, it can be good. You know, mixing 2 strings together sounds good. And then a big vibrato on that note. That's one of my favorite pieces of this. Finish with a strong pentatonic blues thing. Right? And then I mellow out for the end. So I play really lightly. And part of the reason for that, honestly, is that my hand is fatigued and I'm near the end of the solo and I don't want to blow anything, so I know if I lighten up. If you listen to how much lighter I play this. Chromaticism's in there. And then I walk up to the end and do something that I didn't expect to do. And I don't know if I've ever done this actually before, but it's a 2-note thing here. String 5 fret 14 with the 3rd finger, and string 4 fret 12 with the 1st finger. And I'm pounding these. And I pull up the 4th string to get a major 3rd, so it's the B7 chord. if I've ever done that before, but I did it there. So it's even more kind of narcotic sound. Start out with the single note, blend in the next note, pull up. But as I pull up, this finger has to stay planted and stable. You don't want both of them to pull up. And then I finish it out with this. Simple. Double stop, fret 12, strings 2 and 3 with the index finger, 2 notes. And then up and back.